Moving on to our Wonderkid to Watch, a segment we do every podcast where we talk about a Wonderkid, a player who's young and just with a lot of potential to become a top class player. And now this Wonderkid to Watch is a English player from the championship side Birmingham and who is moving to Borussia Dortmund, Jude Bellingham. Just an interesting player, and looking more at him, you just see how intriguing he is. Playing at 16 and 17, 16 to 17 in the championship, an interesting league where it comes to physicality and overall just not something you'd see a young kid be playing. But overall, impressive what he's doing there, and some of the key attributes: quick on his feet, and like he can twist and turn past players quickly. And of course, his role is in that center midfield, so it's even more impressive how he's able to move around in that midfield. And another interesting thing is at 16 to 17, he just recently turned 17, I believe, a couple of weeks ago or a month ago. And what's interesting is that 16, when he was 16 for much of that season, and now he's 17, his ability to play full 90 minutes is just amazing, because you see these young athletes, young kids who have a lot of potential. They're not majority of the time playing those full 90 minutes because they're still developing physically, getting that work engine to really push themselves for that full 90 minutes. But the fact that he's able to, yeah, it's just incredible. So if we look at some of his stats for his age and in the league that he's in, which is fairly physical and just really competitive, let's just look at it. Regular championship football for Birmingham, age 16, just recently turned 17, a month or 4 weeks ago, whatever. 40 appearances, 4 goals, and 3 assists. Now, I think that's absolutely impressive. I mean, there's a load of clubs that wanted him, including Borussia Dortmund, and Borussia Dortmund is ultimately the club he's going to be going to. But what he's able to do at this young age is really incredible. And of course, there was reports and interest from all sorts of clubs, such as Manchester United, but he ultimately chose Dortmund, and it's believed because he was allured by Dortmund's ability to turn young talents into top-class players, such as, of course, Pulisic and Sancho, Jadon Sancho, who is reported to potentially leave for Manchester United. But again, what we're seeing is a top-class player potentially moving, another English player such as Jadon Sancho, moving to Germany in a club like Borussia Dortmund, who can turn them into a top-class talent. And I think Jude Bellingham, it could very well be another top-class player coming to Dortmund, coming to Germany, and turning into a refined product of a player in terms of fully refined in his attributes and just being developed quite well. And I think that one thing that Dortmund and him are going to have to address is some people may say that he's an early developer in terms of just he developed quite well physically and just technically early, which still is impressive, but they might say there's not much else for him. But then again, I still think that Jude Bellingham, in my opinion, has a great future. And if Dortmund can do what they do with many other talents and what they're doing with talents right now, with the likes of Giovanni Reina and Erling Haaland, then I think that Dortmund and Jude Bellingham can prove that he isn't an early developer and he's a player of the future, a top-class player of the future from Birmingham for England, and will be an important player in the years to come. Well, that will be the end of this podcast, the Football Baron podcast, this episode. I want to thank you all for listening. Appreciate it. And, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, the podcast, it's, of course, Football Baron is our YouTube channel for those who aren't watching on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube, please hit that like button, comment down below what you think of this video. If you have any thoughts, we'd love to talk to you. We usually do respond quite quickly. And, of course, subscribe to us on that platform. And if you are not watching on YouTube, if you're watching on or listening to on Apple Podcasts or Google Podcasts, please subscribe to us and rate us 5 stars because it really helps us get more notice. Thank you again for watching and listening to this podcast. Hope you all have a great day.